If you are a small business owner, do you feel that you're just working each day, week, month, year for the sake of working? Does each week feel like 7 Groundhog Days? You're probably asking yourself why you decided to go on your own in the first place, and now starting to miss the safety net that being an employee used to be able to provide. Well, let's snap out of it and look at why you're in a much better position than an employee with the endless opportunities that are out there in the world. By the end of this video, you'll be able to answer some critical questions around your business that you maybe never once thought to stop and ask. We're going to be answering what's the purpose in what you're doing? Why are you doing this? And ultimately, what are you trying to achieve? What is the goal? Once we have this worked out, we can set ourselves up for success by formulating key strategies around the goals that we're going to figure out in this video. Hi, I'm Brandy Lay, a finance director with experience of helping grow a business from 12 million to 150 million. If you're looking to grow your own business, then come with me as we look at 5 key areas to setting goals and how this helps to ultimately drive all the business strategies toward achieving these goals. Firstly, set a 5-year goal. I find 5 years is a good number to work with and gives you enough time to get systems and people in place to deliver. This goal could be anything. Some examples being you're looking to still be part of the business in 5 years, but want to ensure a succession plan is in place with the right team by year 5, so you can slowly start taking a step back from the business. Or even looking to give yourself a substantial bonus or pay rise in year 5 as a reward to achieving the goals you have set. And this plan doesn't necessarily have to be 5 years. However, this is generally a good starting point. Now that we have a 5-year goal in mind, let's prepare some high-level budgets and forecasts to show how trading would look like in year 5 to achieve this target. This should be looking at ideal turnover, ideal margins, ideal overhead costs, as well as target profit required. Don't go too mad on this. We are purely looking at what an ideal year 5 looks like at this point. Now we have the data for year 5, let's work backwards and see what the 4 years leading up to this point need to look like in order for us to achieve our 5-year goal. By breaking this down by year, we can see if our 5-year plan looks realistic and adjust accordingly if needed. With our plan laid out by year, we can now break this down even further in year 1, the current year. We want to go deeper on a quarter by quarter basis. Once you have completed this, let's look at the first quarter in more detail to set micro goals to achieve our year 1 targets. Well done! You now have the first set of target deliverables for the next 12 weeks, and this is going to form the basis of setting your quarterly and annual strategy. Now we have this data, we can see what sales are forecast on this target, so can now work out how many calls to potential clients we should be making or how many current leads we need to aim to close. We can see what our budget costs are and look at ways of target savings if our current run rate is going to exceed this. We also have an idea of any gaps in staff positions that need to be filled and can start the ball rolling on acquiring new talent. The third area we're going to look at is being flexible with these goals and targets. We need to recognise that so much can change in the world at the drop of a hat, so we need to ensure that we can change our goals accordingly depending on market conditions. Some big events have hit out of nowhere recently, including the global pandemic. This pretty much shut down the whole world for a few months due to various lockdowns and travel restrictions. We're also going through a massive global inflation at the moment, which is seeing costs rising month on month as demand outweigh supply. Also, global shortages of key components and materials is something that, again, has come out of nowhere, with the likes of Apple and Microsoft struggling to get hold of chips and other components for their hardware production. It's not just the unexpected events like the ones we've just looked at, but there may also be other planned changes that may impact you personally, which will give rise to changing your goals accordingly. This could be personal events such as new family additions or even plans to move to a new home or location. The fourth area we want to look at is to keep revisiting your 5-year goal. As you work through each quarter and year, see if the targets and goals are still relevant to achieving your ultimate goal. Have you built traction and see yourself achieving this goal earlier than anticipated? If the answer is yes, either bring these goals forward or revisit the ones in year 5, reflecting the success you have seen so far in achieving your micro goals. Also worth noting is that we can sometimes lose sight of what we are working towards in our business as we continue the daily grind of usual business activities. By revisiting this 5-year goal, we will have a very clear picture of what success looks like for us in this time frame and also remind us of why we are doing this. Sometimes this will be the biggest motivator we need when we feel that we are having either a bad day or a bad week. Just remember that this is the overarching goal, but this will change over time given the uncertainty in life. Don't be disheartened if you do not achieve your micro goals or your yearly goals. We review this quarterly for this reason, to see if we have set expectations correctly, as well as see if these goals are actually achievable. Use the quarterly review to adapt, correct and change your targets accordingly, and just know that it won't be perfect every time. When reviewing, look at the following areas. Firstly, did we achieve the goal for this quarter? If not, the reasons why this did not happen. How do we feel about not achieving these? Do we know that we could have made better effort or managed our time more effectively? Review this information in detail so you can learn from this feedback and ensure that we succeed in next quarter's strategies. On the flip side, if we achieve these quarterly goals, then how can we ensure that we set ourselves up for success to repeat this in the next quarter? Hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom. Also, let me know in the comment section the goals that you are setting yourself, whether that be business or pleasure. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this content, then feel free to check out some of my other videos. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.